Hey guys, good morning. It's Saturday morning. It is beautiful. I'm about to head off to work, but I'm making two of the hair growth serums that I always make for a customer, and she's picking them up today. And so I want to make them before work, and then she can pick them up, and they're working so well. So I'm going to make it while I'm talking because I feel like this is really important to share with you. Okay, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but, and yes, I know that I'm on my personal page because I want to reach out to more people because I feel like this is a really important message, okay? And I didn't know this. So I've been with doTERRA for 10 years. And I didn't know this before that. When I was using essential oils, I was using essential oils before doTERRA. And I would just pick them up kind of here and there. I would hear things about like rosemary for memory or lavender for sleep, peppermint for energy, and then I would see them like, oh yeah, and pick one up here and there. And they would be okay. Like I didn't really know any different, right? But as I started doing the research and as I started really thinking, this is the lifestyle that I want to live. I want to use natural tools. My kids were, it was 10 years ago, so my kids were a lot younger. I was very conscious of what we were using in the home as far as cleaning products, ways to support their health and wellness. And as I started to learn, my mind was blown with how much junky products are out there. And I learned that I think it's over 80%, probably 85 to 90% of all essential oils that are on the market have been adulterated in some way. So either they've been diluted down with like a filler, like a fractionated coconut oil, or something has been added where it makes it smell like lavender, but it's really not lavender. And so this is the big problem because people aren't getting the results that they expect from those essential oils because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? Because they're diluted down. And so when I discovered doTERRA, I guess I better get making this while I'm talking to you. So when I discovered doTERRA and I started doing the research, this is one of the only companies that does a third-party testing. So it's called the CPTG standard. It's a certified pure tested grade. And that means that when you look at a bottle of peppermint, they do over 30 different third-party tests to make sure that this is 100% pure peppermint oil. I'll put in the comments below, I'll put some testing results. There's probably some essential oil companies that you have either used, maybe you have them in your home. I did before I learned about this. And there was a comparison of like lavender and peppermint, two key essential oils that we use all the time, okay? And so the testing results of these oils blew my mind of the impurities, of the fact that they had markers for synthetics that were in the essential oils, or they had been diluted down, okay? And that's a frustrating thing because when we are reaching for these natural tools, we're looking for them. Yes, they smell phenomenal, but we're looking for these to replace your medicine cabinet so that you have really good results and it happens fast. We have fast results, we have long-lasting results, and we're using something that's working synergistically with our body. We share 60% of our DNA with plants. I'm so excited about that because I'm on my way to the greenhouse to hang out with a whole bunch of plants. And it's incredible to know that when we use plants, when we're applying them, when we're diffusing, I got my little diffuser going there. Oh, I got a little thumbs up. Good morning. Our body sees these as food and fuel. And it's so important. Like it's so true that just like anything in life, you get what you pay for, okay? And so I'm telling you, there's so much junk on the market, and I don't want you to waste your money like I did, because I was buying just oils kind of here and there, like I said, wherever I saw them and was using them, but they didn't have that efficacy that doTERRA has. Because when you look at this bottle of peppermint, it's 100% pure peppermint oil. Nothing's been added, nothing's been taken away. This is pure peppermint. And that's so important because of the fact that when you use it, you're always going to experience the same results. It's going to have that consistency. All right, especially working with like integrative healthcare, we can't mess around with having junky oils. Like I said, over 85% of what's on the market has been adulterated. And so we have to make sure that we're using the purity. doTERRA sources their oils from all over the world, over 47 different countries. And the reason why that is so important is because we're sourcing these plants where they grow best in nature. Okay, we call that where they grow indigenously. And let me tell you, that is so important because when we source where the plants grow in nature, the oils that we're extracting are going to be so much more beneficial. So yes, initially when people talk to me, they're like, what? doTERRA seems more expensive. That's because you're getting so much more bang for your buck, okay? A little bit goes a long way. 1 to 2 drops per application is gonna make a huge difference. Instead of you trying to, dab half a bottle of peppermint on your leg or on your, maybe your shoulders for muscle relief, because it's been diluted down, right? And so we need to make sure that we have that purity, 100% pure peppermint oil, and the potency because we're sourcing where these plants grow in nature. Think about it as, most of you watching this are probably in Wisconsin. And so if we, hold on, the VMG, baby. Who's drinking their VMG this morning? All right, let me continue. I got something still on my soapbox, guys. Think about it. If you guys are in Wisconsin, do you have an orange tree? Does anyone have an orange tree? We have an orange tree. And the orange tree is great. I mean, it's hanging on. It's doing all right. It produces fruit. But the oranges that we're growing here in Wisconsin, because it's not the ideal condition, because we don't have the right light, we don't have the right, environment for our orange tree. It's not anywhere like Florida, okay? I've got family in Florida. You guys know it's totally different in Florida than it is in Wisconsin. The quality of that oil, the nutrients, the vitamins, the mineral, all that nutrition, okay, all that goodness of that orange is not the same here in Wisconsin as it is in Florida, okay? I'm not gonna get the same nutritional value, the same benefit from that orange. It's the same way with your essential oils. So if we pop up a farm kind of here and there and we're like, yeah, we're growing peppermint, we're growing lavender, it's not going to have the same potency, okay? So that's why we're sourcing all over. I can tell you not only from my testimony, but also talking with customers or potential customers that come to me and they're like, Kara, I know that you use all these essential oils all the time, but I've used them and I don't feel any difference, okay? So I was in a class, in the middle of a class, teaching, and we were talking about peppermint, a Swiss Army knife of essential oils, and she said, I tried peppermint and I put it on my knee for stiffness, for stiff joints, and I didn't feel any different. And I was like, and I just paused for a moment and I said, I think her name was Sarah. I said, Sarah, would it be okay if I put doTERRA's peppermint on your knee just for a comparison, just so you can see the difference? And let me know if it's any different than the peppermint that you used. And she's like, yeah. I said, what have you got to lose? I'm going to give you a little leg massage, right? With some peppermint. So I put it on her knee and I said, I'm just going to, go back to the class here. Raise your hand or let me know when you start to feel the impact of using peppermint on your knee. And it was probably less than 5 minutes. And Sarah raised her hand back up and she's like, this is totally different. This is totally different than what I felt before. She said, I can feel the difference immediately. She said, it's soothing. It feels so good on my knee that has been in pain all the time. And it feels cooling. She said, this is an instant relief, okay? And I said, yes. I said, Sarah, you were like my best testimony because this is exactly what I'm talking about the potency and the purity and why it's so important to invest in essential oil that it's going to make a huge difference, okay? If you're reaching for these tools to support your health, don't put junk on your body. Don't put junk into the air in your diffuser. I also had someone say, they just came up and they said, gosh, you know, I know you diffuse all the time. You talk about the benefits of, you know, using a diffuser in the home, which you guys, a diffuser is phenomenal. Not only does your house smell amazing, if you guys have ever been to my house for make and takes, I know you guys always comment about how good it smells in here. But it also makes a huge difference in cleaning and purifying the air. So you get this double bonus benefit of eliminating all those airborne pathogens while you're diffusing. And it smells amazing. Like, who doesn't want their house to smell like a spa? All right, I can help you with that. I've got some really great diffuser recipes. And she said, back to my story. She said that she diffuses or she got a diffuser. She got a little, I don't even know where she got it. I think at a pharmacy. And she bought this little mini holiday kit with 3 essential oils and a diffuser. And she said, my husband, was complaining immediately, like he had such horrible headaches from the diffuser. And I was like, gosh, I said, you know, what oils are you using? First of all, why didn't you get them from me? No, just kidding. And so she said, God, I just got them at, you know, wherever. I'm not going to say where it was, but it was not the right thing to do. Okay. So she just got these inexpensive oils and her husband's getting the headache. I said, keep the diffuser, but I'm just going to give you a couple oils to try. Okay. Try a week of diffusing these oils and let me know if there's any difference. Okay. If he's still getting headaches, okay, but it's worth a shot. What have you got to lose? I'm going to give you some oils to try for your diffuser so you aren't like totally out of what you were, you know, I should be making these because I need to make these before I go. Hopefully I can count and talk to you at the same time, but I'm making 2 of those hair serums. And so look at me, I'm counting and talking to you. So of course she tries the diffusers or tries the oils in her diffuser. And, I said, you know, how is it going? Is it any, you know, Carrie, is it any better a week later? And she's like, oh my gosh. She said, these are totally different. My husband doesn't have the headaches that he had from the oils that she was using before. And they're actually really beneficial because we're sleeping better at night. The house smells really good. It feels really clean in here. And that just made my day because, I sing this from the rooftops. I talk about it all the time. I've been doing this for 10 years and my conviction has never wavered because they work, okay? Because it makes a difference in what you're purchasing, all right? Just like when you're fueling your body, all right? When you're eating dinner, you don't just go buy some junk or eat a bag of chips for dinner. You know that's not going to fuel your body, right? It's the same way with essential oils, okay? When you use the quality, when you make an actual wholesome dinner, you're going to be fueled. You're going to feel a difference. It makes a difference. And that's why we set ourselves apart from any other essential oil company in the world, okay? That's because we have that purity. So we have that CPTG standard. And like I said, I'll put in the comments below actual test results from other essential oil companies comparing their peppermint and their lavender with ours. They're not like us. They're totally different, all right? They don't have the purity. They aren't using 100% pure peppermint oil. Did you know, this is an amazing fact and it's actually very disturbing, but they only require essential oil companies to have 5% of the essential oil. So let's just talk about this bottle of peppermint because I've been holding it forever. They only require this bottle to have 5% peppermint and they can fill it up with whatever else that they want. And they can tell you that it's 100% pure peppermint oil. No wonder people are not experiencing or having relief from these oils that they're buying on shelves, at random places. It's because they don't have the purity, all right? And so, does that making sense? Do you understand why it's so different? Why doTERRA, there's a huge difference here. We call it the doTERRA difference. it's because of that purity and the potency, because of that testing that we do. The other thing that sets us apart and makes us different is our co-impact sourcing. So that means that we're really focusing on benefiting both sides of the bottle. So you might be using an essential oil, like I'm using this lavender right now, for calming, right? What's the first thing? When I teach a class, I'm like, what's lavender for? What do you guys think? Calming, right? And it's wonderful. That's so true. I just had a customer pick up a bottle of lavender yesterday, and she said, I've been putting this on the bottoms of my feet every night before bed. And she said, and I sleep like a rock. I'm not going to say I sleep like a baby, because you guys, babies don't sleep, all right? Nobody sleeps like a baby. That's not a good thing. But sleeping like a rock, that's good. So lavender, calming, but it's also really calming for skin. So cuts, bumps, scrapes, bruises, burns, bee stings, bug bites, anything like that, lavender is going to be your best friend. Even sunburns. I know it's hard to think about sunburns right now, in Wisconsin especially, but they're coming. You're probably going to get a sunburn this summer. So lavender is so great for that. And when you're putting it on your body, you guys, your skin, this is like your largest organ. It's a giant sponge. And so whatever we're putting on our body, you might think that lotion smells really good and it's not doing anything else to you, but it's getting absorbed into your system, into your bloodstream. They're hormone disruptors, okay? Avoid that. Stick with something natural. I love to teach classes or offer books that have really great recipes. If you're looking for something, you want to smell good. I get it. So do I. But let's do it naturally, right? Or if we're looking for a natural tool like peppermint to help cool down the body, help ease that munchkin, muscle tension. Peppermint. It's so good, right? It's one of our Swiss Army knives. So peppermint, lavender, tea tree, another great one. This is one of that, I bought before I knew doTERRA. I just bought it off a shelf. And I'm telling you, when I got doTERRA's tea tree, it smelled totally different. I'm like, why do these oils smell so much different? And it's because they're pure. They have that purity. When you smell like lavender, it doesn't smell like old ladies' perfumed lavender, okay? Because there's no synthetics in there. There's no chemicals in there. It hasn't been diluted. When you open a bottle of lavender and you close your eyes and you smell it, it smells like you're in a lavender field. It's incredible. I have been on some of these sourcing trips, and it's so incredible of how you get to see the plants growing. You get to see the distillery. We even got to, like, when I went for peppermint, got to like make our own little essential oil bottle. It was so cool. This summer I get to go to Bulgaria. Thank you, doTERRA, to be able to see the harvesting of rose essential oil. I cannot wait. It's going to be an incredible experience. And so when we talk about benefiting both sides of the bottle, okay, that's one last thing I want to talk about. And so benefiting both sides of the bottle means that you're going to benefit from using it, right? In your family, in your home. I mean, these are basically, like I said, designed to replace your medicine cabinet. But when we do that, we're also making a big impact on where we're sourcing these oils. So doTERRA loves to work with small farms, okay? So small, especially small family farms, to be able to empower them, to be able to help them. And a lot of times when we're sourcing where these plants grow indigenously, it's incredible to see that where we're sourcing, it's in a lot of third world countries, okay? And they have so many things that they need that we take for granted on the daily. Things like running water, okay? Vetiver is one of my very favorite essential oils for just calming myself down. Because if you guys know me, I'm usually up here all the time, a little high strung. And so vetiver just calms me down. And so this comes from Haiti, and where we were sourcing, they didn't have any running water. They were like literally going to fill buckets of water to be able to bring to their village. So what does doTERRA do? We help them get running water. We help get schools in place. I just helped with an amazing match program with doTERRA because where we source these bags that we have at Milligers, these SEMA bags, in that village in India, there was no hospital, okay? Something that we take for granted of just being able to do a regular health checkup, your annual, your yearly checkup. You guys might dread it or complain about it, but these people never had one before, okay? Any kind of healthcare that they needed, they had to walk almost 3 hours to be able to get to a hospital. And if you guys know any crisis, any situation where you need to get to the hospital fast, those people were dying, okay, on their way to the hospital. Women carrying babies that couldn't get there in time, all right? And so now, I gotta keep making these hair serums, you guys. Now, because of doTERRA, because of that match program, because of their generosity and their forward vision, there's a hospital in India, okay? They matched our donations twice. So we did one where we raised $13,000, doTERRA matched another 10. So we gave them the first $23,000 to build the first floor of this hospital. They just sent me an update of this. I'll share it on my story. But now there's kids that get daily checkups, or not daily, I think it's monthly annual check, or why am I not, that's not making sense. A monthly checkup. Okay, focusing on staying healthy and not waiting until they get sick to try to figure out what to do. Something that they never had before. And now we just raised another over 10, I think it was 11,000. doTERRA matched another 10. So now we're going to be sending another $21,000 to this hospital so that they can put a second level on the hospital so that they have doctors and nurses that can live and reside there so that people can get 24-hour care. Do you know any other essential oil company that operates like that, that does that? I don't. And so that's why I talk about doTERRA all the time. That's the doTERRA difference, okay? And so if you want like real results, if you're using oils because you want to feel a difference, if you want to breathe in pure quality essential oils, if you want hair growth, all right, this works. I love it. I don't know if you guys, if you can see like all my little hairs. I think I've showed this before, but like all these little hairs are coming in here. I used to have the highest hairline up here, and all these little hairs are now coming in. I've got all new growth. And it's not just me. I just had a customer that was like, I love this, and I went and got my hair done, and even the woman doing my hair like noticed I've got these little baby hairs. I'm so excited. That's because it works. All right, it looks like this, and I just put a really small, tiny amount. Okay, I like to do it more often so you can see how small of amount that I put in, and I just rub it into my fingertips, and I just massage it into my scalp. And you want to be like pretty aggressive with that because we want to get and stimulate that scalp. But like, this is the healthiest 100% by far that my hair has been. That makes a big difference. And it smells rockin' awesome. All right. So let me know. But what I want to tell you, not only do these oils completely set themselves apart from any other essential oil company in the world, please, I am on my knees begging you, do not waste your money. Do not buy the junk that I did before I knew about doTERRA, all right? It's disturbing of how much junk is out there. It can make you sick. It can have a huge impact not only on you and your family if you're using products with those synthetics in there, but think about your pets. All right, they're so much tinier. If you're trying to like clean with essential oils, or using like a hand sanitizer or something like that, and you're using garbagey, junky essential oils, it's like the most damaging thing. I would rather just have you just not use essential oils at all. Okay, it's like one of the most damaging things that you can do. Gosh, where am I here? Did I do cedarwood? Can't remember. So right now, doTERRA is celebrating its 18th anniversary, okay? 18th birthday, anniversary, it's always like, what do we call that? But it's 18 years with doTERRA. And so they are offering, like with my link, you always get 25% off of the retail. And now you have the opportunity to double dip on the discount, and you can get an additional 18% on the top 5 oils that they first debuted with. And these are the top 5 oils that we use on the daily. They're in almost all of my recipes because they're so good. These are basics, okay? These are like 101 essential oils. So if you're brand new and you're like, I don't know what I need, get these 5 and save that 25 and 18%. That's huge. So this is what it looks like, okay? Get peppermint. Peppermint, again, Swiss Army knife. So great if you're looking for like more energy. A lot of people come to me like, I wish I had more energy. Start off your day with peppermint, okay? Also gonna be really cooling for the body, helping to ease that muscle tension, massaging into like that lower brain stem feels amazing. A great insect repellent also, even like ants and mice and all sorts of stuff. This is amazing, okay? I'll put it in the comments below of like what your savings will be because it's pretty significant. And then let me know if you want a link for these top 5 because I got some extra special like codes where you can get even more like free stuff with your order. Lavender we talked a lot about. It's very calming, right? Calming for your emotions, phenomenal for sleep. Even my dog, when I get this in the diffuser, she actually like scooches up and like sniffs the heck out of that thing. She like huffs on it. But also really good for skin. Cuts, bumps, scrapes, bruises, burns, bee stings, bug bites, sunburns, slivers, anything like that, okay? Lavender. The other one is tea tree. Tea tree is antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial, really good for hair health. That's why it's in my hair serum. So important. Also really good for like healthy nail beds, helping with any kind of just an overall like healthy scalp, I think is really important. Great zit zapper. Also really good for healthy feet, okay? Especially if you're an athlete, okay? We don't want athlete feet. We want good, healthy, happy toes and those little crevices in between your toes. We want everything to be healthy. Stick with your tea tree, okay? And then the other one, okay, 2 more. So it's their top 5, right? Those are the 3. And then I've got 2 more for you, lemon. So you probably have been hearing a lot about the dangers of microplastics. There's a lot of just junk that we're exposed to now in the world that we live in. There's just try to eliminate plastics. I mean, but sometimes it's impossible. Even when you go to the grocery store now, everything is encased in a really thin plastic. Even your fruits and vegetables, right? Your salad, your lettuces, all those things. There's just plastic everywhere. Plastic straws, plastic water bottles, plastic, you know? And so we just inadvertently get a plastic buildup in our system. And it just slows everything down. You feel sluggish, you've got the brain fog, you're tired, you don't remember why you walked into a room. A lot of that has to do with this buildup of microplastics in your body. And so I noticed when I first started with essential oils, again, 10 years ago, when I started putting lemon, 1 drop is all you need, but a drop of lemon in your water or your tea. You could even do a drop of lemon in your coffee because this helps to reduce the acidity in your coffee. But this will help to break down that microplastic buildup in your body. It's incredible. It also, we use it a lot to get rid of like any gunky, it's like your natural version of Goo Gone. So anything that's sticky, any label that you can't get off, just team this up with some fractionated coconut oil, put it on that sticker, that stubborn sticker, and it will just wipe right off. It's phenomenal. So lemon, we use a ton. Like I said, I'll send you a little daily routine, but we use these on the daily. And then the last and the final, and the one, like if you're gonna get just one, this is it, all right? If you could only get one essential oil, it would have to be frankincense, you guys. We say when in doubt, frank it out, and that's because frank does all the things, okay? If you have something and you're like, what should I use? We say when in doubt, frank it out, okay? Frank is gonna be your new best man. And so he's the one who's gonna help with all sort of emotional support, mental clarity, helping to reduce that like mind chatter. So I love it in the evening or in the morning with my devotional meditation. I love that ritual of getting frankincense out. It's also incredible for skin. So it's in my glow serum. It's really great for combating like your wrinkles or even scarring, anything like that. I use frankincense and just overall cellular health. So we blow through frankincense here at this house all the time because like I said, it's probably in all of the recipes that I use. It's definitely in my hair serum. It's in my glow serum, which if you want that, I can also make you one of those. I don't know why I'm doing that to my hair right now, sorry. But it's great for overall cellular health. So when we focus on what can we do, how can we support our bodies, what's one of the biggest things I can do, or what oil can I use on the daily that's gonna really move the needle? Frank is king, you guys, the king of essential oils. And I have so many amazing testimonies about frankincense, especially when Sophie had her major surgery. She had that huge cyst taken out of her neck. She had a scar like from here to here. Frankincense is one that we just slathered that, obviously after the surgery. And you can hardly see her scar right now. And she continues to use it because it still continues to benefit and repair that skin. It's just phenomenal, okay? Just Google it, okay? Or go to PubMed and type in frankincense essential oil and you will see all the science behind it, okay? This isn't woo-woo. There's actual science here. And I encourage you to dive deep, do your research, because when I actually started to do the research of the oils that I was using in our home, it blew my mind. And I was so thankful that I took the time to do that. And I stopped buying those junky oils that are on the market because nobody is benefiting from that, okay? Nobody. And I don't want you to waste your money. And so let me know if you want to learn more. If you want to take advantage of this awesome double discount sale, it ends on Tuesday. It ends on the 28th. So we got a little bit of time here, but don't delay because that goes away and, birthday parties have to end. And so I don't want you to miss out on it. It's going to make a big difference. Okay. I wake up every day and I'm telling you, I actually thank God. I actually say in my prayers, thank you so much for providing these natural solutions, for putting these plants on this earth to be able to support our bodies. I've got more energy. I feel so much internally healthier. My skin is so much better. We live and function and stay healthy. I think that's one of the biggest things that you'll notice when you start incorporating essential oils into your daily routine is that you're going to be focusing and much more aware of how to stay healthy and being proactive about your health instead of waiting until you get sick and trying to figure out what you're going to do, okay? Don't do that. We don't want to wait until we get sick to try to figure out what we're going to do with ourselves. Like, let's have that mindset of, I'm going to live until I'm 100. That's how I'm living right now. And when you have that mindset, let me tell you, you take such better care of yourself. And that might be a hard thing for you. That was hard for me at first, where I'm like, I don't have time for myself. I don't have time. I have so many other people to take care of. And I really had, in my mind, had thought, if I can really pour my energy into taking care of other people and almost literally run myself ragged. I felt like it was like more self-worth, or I was a better person if I was like running myself ragged and just taking and focusing on other people. And when I shifted that, when I didn't realize what a big impact it would be, when I actually took the time to take care of myself and put my oxygen mask on first, I could do such a better job of taking care of other people. So I don't feel resentful anymore. I don't feel depleted. I don't feel tired. I'm pouring into myself first so that I can do a much better job of pouring into other people. And I can help more people this way because I feel better, right? I have more energy. I have the mental clarity. I'm getting the good quality sleep. I'm getting the nutrition that I need so that I can do and fulfill the passion that I really want to live. And that's just helping people. I love to help people. I love to empower people. And I just want you to feel better. And you're not going to feel better with those junky, adulterated, synthetic, garbagey, cheaper essential oils that are on the market. All right. And I have to get on here. I have to say it because I'm seeing it pop up everywhere. And from people where I'm like, you guys, please do the research. So look in my comments below for the actual research of, again, that testing that we did with the lavender and the pepper. Not we, this is third-party testing with the lavender and the peppermint, and you're gonna see the doTERRA difference, okay? Again, there is science behind this of how and why this works with our body, but it's so important that you're using something that has the purity and the potency. And yes, I know it's more expensive, but just as everything in life, you're going to get what you pay for. And what I love about it is a little bit is gonna go a long way. So you're going to get actually a bigger bang for your buck, because any garbage or anything that you have bought over the counter or online anywhere else, when you use that, you probably have to blow through and use a heck of a lot more than what you're gonna be using with doTERRA. Again, 1 to 2 drops per application when we're applying topically. In this recipe, in the hair serum, I'm putting 10 drops of each, but that's just because you're just using a little bit at a time, right? But I don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I did in the beginning before I knew about doTERRA, and I was just picking up an essential oil here, an essential oil there, and thinking that it was the same, thinking that it was, an essential oil is an essential oil. It's not true at all. So if you take anything away from this video and you learn anything from me, again, I just want to spare you from wasting your money on junk that's out there on the market, because it's going to make you sick. It's definitely not something that you can ingest, but like when you're cleaning with it and you're putting it on your floors and your small children are down on the floor, or your dogs are down on the floor and they're licking the floor, or that cleaner is getting soaked up into their little paws, why would we want to give them synthetic junk that's going to make them sick? Okay, why don't we use something that is 100% pure and natural, that a company that takes the time to go through the rigorous third-party testing to make sure that you are always going to have that quality and the consistency? Don't you think you're worth it to get the right thing? I think it makes a big difference, and I think you're going to notice a big impact. So you can comment below, let me know if you want to learn more. I can put together like a little customized shopping cart for you to take advantage of this 18% off sale. That is going to be those top 5 oils. Again, with my link, you're going to get that 25% discount right off the bat of absolutely anything that you purchase. There's no membership fee. There's no additional cost to you. There's no spending requirement. There's nothing like that. You're going to get that additional double dip discount of getting that 18% off. So 25% off and 18% off. At least get the frankincense, all right? Be smart, because that's one that, like, if I'm going anywhere, Frank is coming with me for sure, 100%. And so I just want you to live healthy, all right? I want you to feel your absolute best, and this is how it's gonna make a huge difference. So, all right, guys, and then with my hair serum, the last thing I do, put all those 9 oils in. Now I'm gonna add castor oil. And castor oil, I better not do this on video. It's like, it's so good. So good for your hair and your skin. It's and a great detoxifier too. So let me know. Let's customize something specific for you, for exactly what you need. That's what I love, is we can make it and tailor it for exactly what your specific health concerns are. And let's just get right to the source, all right? And not try to trick the body, not try to confuse the body. Let's enable all your body systems to be able to function as they should, so that you can feel your absolute best, all right? Oh, I just got a little thumbs up. Good morning. Not sure who that came from, but I'm just saying hi. And let me know if this is a replay for you, a rewatch. Hopefully you learned something and you learned about the difference, but I really encourage you, do exactly what I did. Do the research. Dive deep into the essential oils as far as the testing and the authenticity of that essential oil, the integrity of that oil, and also do the research and the science of it. I find that so fascinating, because then I'm like, when people say, oh, it's just woo-woo, or it just makes you feel good because it smells good, I can show you and share with you that there's could be nothing further from the truth. God didn't put these plants and these essential oils on earth just to be woo-woo. God is not woo-woo, okay? This is for your health and your wellness and your mental sanity, all right? So enjoy your Saturday. The sun came out for like 3 seconds. Maybe it's gonna work. Maybe we'll see it again. But spring is here, all right? Don't miss out on this sale. If you are an existing customer, all you have to do is log into your account, snag those 18% off, that additional 18% off sale by Tuesday, because that's when that sale ends. If it's been over 12 months and you haven't ordered, maybe your account has lapsed, connect with me. I'll help you get reactivated for free. All right? So cool. No reactivation fee for anyone if it's been over 12 months. Or if you're like, I've never done this before, but Kara, what you're saying sounds super exciting, and I want to be able to support my health naturally. Will you be with me on this journey? 100% I will. So I can send you and work with you on a customized shopping cart so that we can really dial in your health and wellness to make sure that you're feeling your absolute best. And it's for all budgets, okay? So it doesn't mean you have to do a huge investment in buying all the oils. Maybe you want just one. Maybe you want to start with just one. And that's okay, all right? We'll fold you into our community of education and support. You have like basically me 24 hours, okay? You get access to me 24 hours. You can text me any questions. Any of my customers, you guys can throw in the comments below of how responsive I am to taking care of you and your questions and making sure that you know exactly what you're doing and that you're empowered with your health and wellness. That is my goal. That is what I want for you, okay? So enjoy the weekend. I'm here for you. Reach out to me at any time. If this is right for you right now and you want to take advantage of that additional 18% off, that's great. If you're on the fence and you want to wait and you're thinking about it, I am just here ready and waiting, okay? When it's your time, it's your time. I don't ever want to rush anybody into that. But if you're feeling that little nudge, or if you want to start that conversation, I'm ready for you, okay? Take care, guys. Stay pure. Start looking at that. Start diving in. Look in my comments below to see that doTERRA difference, and it's going to blow your mind.